Hello my dear students, good morning and welcome once again Bangladesh and Global Studies online class. How are you students? Hope you all are fine and safe at home. Students, we have been discussing about chapter 1, the political movement in East Bengal and the rise of nationalism. In the last class, we discussed from section 1.3 the martial law and the subsequent political events, occupying power by Ayub Khan, discriminating attitudes to the people of East Pakistan, the anti-martial law movement, and the 6-point demands and its importance. Students, today we will discuss from this chapter also, chapter 1, the next part from the section 1.3, the martial law and the subsequent political events. First, we discussed about the point, the history Agartala case. The history Agartala case. In bracket, state versus Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and others. So let's start today's lesson. The history Agartala case. The ultimate goal of the politics of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the father of the nation, was to achieve independence of Bangladesh, and he believed that the freedom would not be achieved without armed struggle. He gave consent to the revolutionary wing formed secretly to achieve independence of Bangladesh to go for armed struggle as per the plan. The revolutionary wing planned to attack all the cantonments, being divided into different groups on a specific date at night in the commando style, to snatch arms and ammunition from the Pakistani forces and hold them captive. Later, they would declare the independence under the leadership of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. With this plan in mind, Sheikh Mujib had once visited Agartala, the capital of Tripura, India. As the plan was disclosed before being materialized, the history of Agartala, that is state versus Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and others, case was lost. The ruling crew termed it as a conspiracy case. A charge was framed against a total of 35 persons, including political leaders, civil servants in service, and retired army officers and other civilians. Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was named the number 1 defendant. They were accused under section of 121A and 131 of the Pakistan Penal Code for conspiring to make East Pakistan a sovereign and independent state through arms struggle. সেকশন হতো 121A and 131 পাকিস্তানের প্যানেল কোডের ধারা অনুযায়ী কিসের জন্য পূর্ব পাকিস্তানকে একটি সার্বভৌম এবং স্বাধীন স্টেট রাষ্ট্র হিসেবে গড়ে তোলার জন্য বঙ্গবন্ধু সহ 35 জনকে আসামি করে একটি মামলা করা হয়। সেই মামলার নাম হচ্ছে history Agartala case, that is state versus Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and others. The hearing of the case started on 19 June 1968 in a special tribunal at Dhaka Cantonment. As the trial began, a fierce government was launched by the people to withdraw the case. The farmers, laborers, students and general people spontaneously joined the agitation on the 11-point demands of the students. The political movement on the basis on the 6 and the 11-point demands took root among the masses, and the subsequent historic Agartala case eventually encouraged the people to move for the independence. Okay, students. Now the next point is the mass uprising in 1969. The mass uprising in 1969. The most important movement against the Pakistani rulers was launched in 1969 with full participation by the people from all walks of life. It was termed in the history as 69-এর গণ অভ্যুত্থান। এটাকে বাংলায় বলে 69-এর গণ অভ্যুত্থান and the mass uprising of 69 that took a revolutionary turn. All democratic parties, professionals, mass people spontaneously took part in the movement. Asaduজ্জামান Asad, a student of the University of Dhaka, and Dr. Samsudjoha, a professor of the University of Rajshahi, became the victims of brutal killings by the Pakistani Janta. Please students, নামগুলো তোমরা মনে রাখবে। একজন হচ্ছেন কি আসাদুজ্জামান আসাদ, a student of the University of Dhaka, and Dr. Samsudjoha, a professor of the University of Rajshahi. ঠিক আছে? People indiscriminate of provisions took to the streets everywhere in East Pakistan to protest against the autocrat, and in the end Ayub Khan was forced to release Sheikh Mujib unconditionally on 22nd February 1969. শেখ মুজিবকে 22 ফেব্রুয়ারি 1969 এ মুক্তি দেওয়া হলো। Similarly, the other political detainees were released too. The Agartala case was withdrawn. Chhatra Sangram Parishad had a warm reception to Sheikh Mujib at the race course, now the Sohrawardi Udyan, on 23rd February, and he was awarded the title Bangabandhu in the reception meeting. The then BUCSU VP Mr. Tofail Ahmed moved the motion. The mass uprising শেষ হয়ে গেল। বঙ্গবন্ধুকে 1969 22nd ফেব্রুয়ারিতে মুক্তি দেওয়া হয় এবং 23rd February 1969 শেখ মুজিবকে at the race course Sheikh Mujib was awarded the title Bangabandhu. মনে রাখবে শিক্ষার্থীরা, students. Then the historical influence of the mass uprising. তার ইনফ্লুয়েন্সটা কি হয়েছিল? Pakistani Janta Ayub Khan was forced to resign as the consequence of the mass uprising in 1969, and before his resignation he withdrew the Agartala case. The new military government of General Yahya was forced to declare the general election in 1970. গণ অভ্যুত্থানের মুখে 1969 প্রেসিডেন্ট আইয়ুব খান পদত্যাগে বাধ্য হন তারপরে জেনারেল ইয়াহিয়া খান ক্ষমতায় আসেন। তিনি এসে 1970-তে একটি জেনারেল ইলেকশনের কথা ডিক্লেয়ার করেন। দ্য ন্যাশনালিস্ট আইডিয়ালস স্টার্টেড germinating in the minds of the people of East Bengal for the successful uprising in 1969. They realized the importance of a greater unity based on the Bengali nationalism. The mass uprising of 1969 had an influence in the polling of 1970 and the Liberation War of 1971, and the achievements were made possible for the spark of the Bengali nationalism in the people's mind. The election of 70 and aftermath. 1970 সালের নির্বাচনের কথা আমরা এখন একটু দেখে নিই। President Ayub Khan resigned his post on 25th March 1969. Please underline, point out this line. That is President Ayub Khan resign করেছিলেন, তিনি পদত্যাগ করেছিলেন 25th March 1969. Yahya Khan succeeded him as the next director. In a statement on 28 March, he promised to hold a general election, but on this there was confusion because previously no general election was so far, nor was there any election rules yet. Finally, on 7 December 1970, the general election was held for the first time in Pakistan on the basis of one person, one vote. শেষ পর্যন্ত এক ব্যক্তি এক ভোট এই নীতিতে পাকিস্তানের প্রথম ইলেকশন হলো 7 ডিসেম্বর 1970-তে। এক ব্যক্তি এক ভোট, one person, one vote. The Awami League, the NAB Wali, the Muslim League, Qayyum, the Muslim League, Convention, the Pakistan People's Party, the Democratic Party, and Jamaati Islami and some other political parties took part in the election. The Awami League turned this election as a referendum in favor of 6 points demand. 3 crore and 22 lakh out of 5 crore and 64 lakh voters belong to East Pakistan. In the Central Parliament election of 1970, the Awami League backed 167 seats with 7 female seats out of 169 seats reserved for East Pakistan. দেখো স্টুডেন্ট, আওয়ামী লীগ ইস্ট পাকিস্তানের মধ্যে সেন্ট্রাল পার্লামেন্ট ইলেকশনে 1970-তে আওয়ামী লীগ পেয়েছে 167টি ভোট। কত মধ্যে? 167 out of 169 seats. In the election of Provincial Assembly held on 17 December, the Awami League got 298 out of 300 seats. 17 December যে ভোটটি হয়েছিল সেখানে আওয়ামী লীগ পেয়েছে 298 seats out of 300. And won the absolute majority. The landslide victory of the Awami League in the election was unprecedented. They got the verdict of the people in favor of 6-point demands and for the formation of government. Now the importance of the election. The Awami League achieved the landslide victory in the National and Provincial Assembly. So it was an was that in the people supported the 6 and 11-point demands. The Bengali nationalism marked a political victory. On the other hand, it was a big blow to the Pakistani rulers. So they started hatching new plot against the Bengalis, not to hand over the power to the elected body. The people of the East Pakistan stood firmly against the dictatorship of West Pakistan. The significance of the election in emerging and independent Bangladesh in 1971 became clear. It also played a vital role to transform the spirit of nationalism to the spirit of freedom. As a result, a new country named Bangladesh emerged. Dear students, we just finished all the lesson from chapter 1. We discussed about the history of Agartala case, the mass uprising in 1969, the historical influence of the mass uprising and the election of 1970. Dear students, you please practice all these lessons from chapter 1. In the next class, we will discuss about some of the question answer from this chapter. No more today. Till then, you stay safe at home, and goodbye all. Thank you.